The story of the sugar jar is a curious one indeed. Hey, happy song today there, wow! So, the story of the sugar jar, someone was asking about that, so we need to fill you in there because it's interesting. So, this sat in my parents' basement. Ever since I was born, I can remember it down there. My dad kept like screws or nuts or bolts or nails or some random miscellaneous bit inside of there. Maybe it was drill bits. And it just sat there for like years and years and years. I can't even imagine how old this thing is. And then, when they passed and we moved out and now we're collecting just collectibles and, memorabilia type of stuff. This is one of the things that I grabbed from in there. And it sat in, I don't even know where it was for years and years and years and years. Like in the various places that I've moved to and stuff, I honestly can't even remember how this existed for the past, 10, 15 years. I guess closer to 10 years. Can't even remember where it existed in my, possessions, inside of a suitcase or on a shelf. In the current place that we're living here, or I guess technically the last place, had some miscellaneous, just wires and stuff inside of it. You probably saw it in a few of the photos from the, scroll of many things or whatever it is. The various things I've been working on. This is occasionally seen in the background with, wires and stuff kind of sticking inside of it. And then, just recently I kind of decided, I should try and find a lid for this thing. Because it looks pretty, like a honey jar or something like that. I gotta use it for something better than just, old wires type of thing. So I happened to show it to my family, on Facebook Messenger. I was like, hey everyone, check it out! I'm gonna be using this thing as a sugar jar as soon as I can find a lid for it. And my sister was like, that's not a honey jar! That was for an old, a lamp thing. That was, maybe for outdoors or something like that. I'm looking at it, the threading up there. It's got a single band of thread, around the top there. So it's not meant for a lid, technically, so to speak. For this one I had to, literally bend away all except for, the one tooth there. And, I'm not too worried about that, just because in general, sugar sits inside of a semi-open, just metal container on the, countertop for the most part type of thing. And, I'm not concerned about the fact that it's not airtight type of thing. It'll be, used regularly in general. Anyways, so, knowing that, I'm kind of okay, so, really, a lid doesn't exist for this thing, per se. Huh. So then I took a measuring tape to it and just kind of measured it across the top. And it was like, okay, so about 80 some odd millimeters. Interesting. So I kind of go hunting around online. 80 millimeter or 8 centimeter, jar lids. So it's basically the only thing that came up was 82 millimeter jar lids. Alright, we'll give it a try. So order a handful of them. And give it a try, and like I said, that's when I realized, these things have 6 teeth on them. So I took some, pliers in as nicely as I could. I think I avoided getting any dents on the outside, or, I did it pretty neatly. I got 10 of these things. I went through 4 of them to try and get a really nice one here. And turns out it fit really, 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 really nice. It's hard to do this with one hand here, but that one tooth does catch on that one thread, and I am able to, screw it down nice and tight and stuff like that, and that's the story of the quote-unquote jar. This, apparently a, light fixture type of thing. I don't know why it has a flat bottom. That's what confuses me the most, is why does it have a flat bottom? But I got a lid for it. It looks like a honey jar. It is now my sugar jar. Interestingly, my very first cat, back from when I was living way out in Landmark, my very first cat was named Sugar, and it was an orange cat, a light orange cat, almost like this color, so kind of calling back to the old days. So we've got my sugar jar here, reminds me of my cat, and all that good stuff. So, have yourselves a good day, everyone. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and all that fun stuff. And we will talk to y'all tomorrow. Meow!